Hello everyone and welcome back to Vietnam Stock Market's Opportunities. It's an honor to have the opportunity to address such a distinguished audience. And if you want to open a legal trading account, please contact us with the email Vietnamstockmarket.entry@gmail.com, Telegram Vietnamstockmarket.entry, where the phone number is +8491 432 6556. Or you can also scan the two QR codes on the screen so that we can support you. And the other way to contact with us is please follow and subscribe the channel name Areca Capital Channel. The owner of this YouTube channel is Areca Hồng Nguyen. She is a personal financial advisor. You can contact her with the email hongdanguyen@bcsc.com.vn with the phone number is +8491 432 6556. We always welcome you to our office on the 11th floor, 109 Trinh Đạo Street, Hoàn Kiếm District, Hà Nội, Vietnam. And the purpose of this video is to update you about PHR. PHR is one of the largest natural rubber companies in Vietnam. The company currently manages 15,000 hectare land bank in Bình Dương province. Additionally, PHR operates industrial parks in Bình Dương province through its subsidiary and affiliates. PHR is subsidiary of Vietnam Rubber Group, which owns a 66.6% stake in PHR. As you can see on the screen, this is the report which was collected by the Capital Security about PHR on November 10, 2022, where the current price is 38,200 Vietnam dong, target price 59,300 Vietnam dong, last target price 82,600 Vietnam dong, upside to target price more than 55.2%, dividend yield 13.1%, TSR 68.3%. VSIP3 to be key profit driver, valuation attractive. We maintain our buy rating for PHR despite cutting our target price by 28% to 59,300 Vietnam dong per share. Our RNAV-based IP valuation incorporates IP projects that have already obtained investment approval from the government. VSIP3, Nam Tân Uyên 2 expansion and Tân Lập 1, and the Tân Bình expansion IP that is close to PHR's existing Tân Bình IP. We believe it is less challenging to obtain investment approval for expansion IP projects as compared to a new IP. Our lower target price is mainly due to 1. Our 2.9 PPT higher WACC, and 2. Removing our valuation for the new IP, total site area of 715 hectares in converted from PHR's rubber land, as we are more conservative given the uncertainty in obtaining investment approval, which is partially offset by the positive effect of rolling our target price horizon to end 2023. For 2022 forward, we maintain our revenue forecast at 1.8 trillion Vietnam dong, $33 million, minus 7.2% year-over-year, but edge of our net profit after tax MI forecast 0.7% to 994 billion Vietnam dong, $40 million, plus 108% year-over-year due to our higher forecast for IP revenue, which is partially offset by our lower forecast for the rubber segments. Our 2022 forward bottom line forecast is driven by our compensation income forecast of 691 billion Vietnam dong, 30 million US dollar. Meanwhile, we raised our 2023 forward net profits after tax MI by 7.7% to 767 million Vietnam dong, 31 million US dollar, less than 23% year-over-year, mainly due to our higher forecast for IP revenue from the existing dumping IP. The 2023 forward year-over-year bottom line declines is mainly driven by our 71% year-over-year lower compensation income projection. Meanwhile, we maintain our 2024 forward net profits after tax MI forecast at 951 billion Vietnam dong, 38 million US dollar, plus 24% year-over-year. We view PHR as a prime beneficiary from high IP land demand in fast-growing Bình Dương province thanks to its rubber land bank that is well connected to the current road network. Downside risk to our positive view, delays in future IP approval, lower than expected absorption rates of IP land, stronger than expected decline in natural rubber prices. The SIP3 to be a key profit driver starting in 2022 forwards. In 2022 forwards and 2023 forwards, we currently forecast PHR will recognize compensation income of 691 billion Vietnam dong, 28 million US dollar, and 200 billion Vietnam dong, 8.1 million US dollar respectively. Moreover, PHR will receive 20% of share profits from VSIP3's land sales, not less than 1.2 billion Vietnam dong, 48,400 US dollar per hectare as another part of compensation for rubber land conversion, which we forecast will contribute 9.4% and 6.8% to 2023 forwards and 2024 forwards PBT respectively. Additionally, PHR will invest in a 20% stake of VSIP3 through a business cooperation contract in early 2023 forwards, which should drive PHR profits over the long term. We believe VSIP3 has a bridge outlook over the medium and long term as Danish toy producer Lego has become an anchor tenant. In early November 2022, Lego officially started construction for its factories, and VSIP3, which is a significant project in Vietnam, as it has registered FDI of 1.3 billion US dollar. Sustainable high cash dividend payout ratios. We assume a forward year 2022 cash dividend of 5,000 Vietnam dong per share, equivalent to a 13.1% dividend yield and 76% payout ratio, compares to the May 2022 AGM announced forward year 2022 dividends of minimum 40% on par value. In 2007 and 2021, PHR's average cash dividend payout ratio was 75%. For 2023 forwards, we expect a forward year 2023 cash dividends of 4,000 Vietnam dong per share, 10.5% dividend yield, and 79% payout ratio. We believe PHR will maintain its high cash dividend payout policy, which is preferred by its parent company, Vietnam Rubber Group. Now we move to the 9 months 2022 recap. Strong profit growth driven by compensation income. BCSC comments about rubber and wood is in 9 months 2022, rubber and wood revenue decreased 8.4% year-over-year to 954 billion Vietnam dong, $38 million, which we believe was mainly due to year-over-year decline in wood revenue. However, PHR has not released a breakdown between the rubber and wood subsegments in 9 months 2022. In 9 months 2022, PHR stated that natural rubber's average selling price declined by around 4% year-over-year, while sales volume was up 2.9% year-over-year. IP. In 9 months 2022, PHR's IP revenue declines 25% year-over-year to 178 billion Vietnam dong, $7.3 million, but represented 135% of our previous 2022 forward forecast. PHR's IP revenue was derived from the Tân Bình IP in Bình Dương province. PHR stated that it recorded some one-off IP land sales recognitions in 9 months 2022, which were mainly derived from contracts signed in 2021. Net other income, PHR recognized 280 billion Vietnam dong, $12 million of net compensation income from rubber land conversion to VSIP3 in Q1 2022 and no such income in Q2 and Q3 2022. Net profits after tax MI. Solid profit growth in 9 months 2022 was mainly driven by compensation income from rubber land conversion. Now let's go to the 2022 outlook. Compensation income to drive Q4 profits. Rubber and wood. BCSC assumptions. We cut our 2022 forward rubber and wood revenue by 8% to 1.5 trillion Vietnam dong, $2 million, less than 9.1% year-over-year. As PSR stated that it will reduce rubber volume in Q4 2022 from outsourcing purchase sources due to recent price volatility. IP, we raised our 2022 forward IP revenue by 107% to 273 billion Vietnam dong, $11 million, more than 6.3% year-over-year, mainly due to higher than expected IP revenue in 9 months 2022. Financial income. We raised our 2022 forward financial income forecast by 20% while cutting our net income from affiliates assumption by 32% as we assume higher cash dividend payments from PHR's affiliates. PHR has a practice of recognizing cash dividend payments from affiliates as financial income and simultaneously, deducting this amount from net income from affiliates. Compensation. We maintain our 2022 forward compensation income assumption for VSIP3 land conversion at 691 billion Vietnam dong, 30 million US dollar, in line with PHR's guidance for 2022 forwards. PHR already received 289 billion Vietnam dong, 12 million US dollar of compensation income from rubber and conversion to VSIP3 in Q1 2022 and 138 billion Vietnam dong, 5.6 million US dollar in October 2022 per management. PHR expects to receive the remaining 264 billion Vietnam dong, 11 million US dollar in November 2022. We assume the remaining 200 billion Vietnam dong, 9 million US dollar of upfront compensation income from land conversion to VSIP3 will be received and recognized in early 2023, which is also in line with PHR's guidance. In early November 2022, Legal officially started construction for its factories in VSIP3, which is a significant project in Vietnam as it has a registered FDI of 1.3 billion US dollar. Net profits after tax MI, we expect PSR's 2022 forward net profits after tax MI growth to be mainly driven by compensation income from rubber land conversion to VSIP3 compares to no such income in 2021. And next is the 2023 outlook. Net profits after tax MI to decline year-on-year from 2022's high base, VSIP3 to remain key driver. Rubber and wood, VCSC assumptions. We forecast rubber and wood revenue to grow 3.3% year-on-year in 2023 forwards to 1.6 trillion Vietnam dong, 74 million US dollar. We currently forecast PHR's rubber sales volume to increase 5% year-on-year, which is mainly thanks to its rubber plantations in Cambodia. Meanwhile, we expect ASP per ton at around 39 million Vietnam dong, 1,570 US dollar in 2023 forwards, less than 2% year-on-year compared to previously 40.6 million Vietnam dong, 1,640 US dollar in 2023 forwards. IP, we expect IP revenue to be up 31% year-on-year to 358 billion Vietnam dong, 14 million US dollar in 2023 forwards, which is driven by IP land sales recognition in the Tân Bình IP, Bình Dương province. PHR stated it is negotiating to lease 5 hectares, which is headroom to recognize revenue in 2023 forwards. Our assumption implies that PHR will record a one-off IP land sales recognition of 10 hectares at an ASP of 120 US dollar per square meters per ton in 2023 forwards. Compensation. We continue to expect the remaining 200 billion Vietnam dong, 9 million US dollar minus 71% year-over-year of upfront compensation income from land conversion to VSIP3 will be received and recognized in early 2023 forward. Others. In addition to upfront compensation income from land conversion, we expect PHR will recognize shares profits from IP land sales in VSIP3, which is the second part of total compensation income. 20% of land sales profits, but not less than 1.2 billion Vietnam dong, 48,400 US dollar per hectare. We assume PHR will recognize 161 billion Vietnam dong, 66 million US dollar of share profits in 2023 forwards from IP land sales in VSIP3, equivalent to our assumed VSIP3's land sales area of 70 hectares at an ASP of 140 US dollar per square meters per term in the year. Net profits after tax MI. We expect 2023 forwards net profits after tax MI to decline 23% year-over-year from a high base of PHR. While recognizing a large amount of upfront compensation income from in 2022 forward, we forecast a 71% year-over-year plunge in upfront compensation income in 2023 forward will be partially cushioned by share profits from IP land sales in VSIP3. And now I will share with you the next information. PHR's land area is well connected to the current road infrastructure close to VSIP3. PHR plans to convert about 5,600 hectares to IP development. In addition to compensation income that PHR receives from land conversion to NTU3 and VSIP3 from their IP developers, Nam Tân Uyên IPGJSC and Vietnam-Singapore Industrial Park Company, respectively. PHR has a 33% stake in NTC and will invest a 20% stake in VSIP3 through a business cooperation contract in early 2023. Figure 4. Map of the VSIP3 surrounding IP's blue area and PHR's rubber land that has been or will be converted to IP development, red area. Valuation. We continue to value PHR using a sum of the parts methodology, given the large earnings and valuation contribution from its affiliates as well as its various business segments. We apply an unchanged valuation discount of 10% for PHR to reflect its conglomerate structure. Our valuation of PHR's net assets value based on the sum of the parts approach is as follows. Firstly, rubber plantations and wood processing. We value these businesses using the DCF methods as we mostly generate predictable cash flows. We also incorporate PHR's forecast net gains from old rubber tree liquidation into this segment. Secondly, IP segments. We revenue PHR's industrial park segment using the R&AV method. We include A, projects that have already obtained investment approval from the government, and B, the Dunbing expansion IP as is very close to PHR's existing Dunbing IP. We believe it's less challenging to obtain investment approval from expansion IP projects compared to a new IP. In this update report, we remove our valuation for the whole year IP, total site area of 715 hectares converted from PHR's rubberland. As we are more conservative given the uncertainty in obtaining of the investment approval for this project. We note that our valuation does not include IP projects using converted rubberland with a development timeline beyond 2025, including the whole year IP, Dunbing expansion phase 3 IP, Lupton 1 expansion, Bingley IP, and Dunhang IP, as well as compensation from rubberland conversion to infrastructure and commercial projects for Binzhong province and unrelated entities. Due to currently limited information, we use a R&AV approach to value PHR's IPs, including the Dunbing expansion and Dunlop 1 IP, as well as compensation received from rubber and conversion to the NTU3 IP and VSIP3. Certainly, stakes in affiliates, we value this using a R&IV method, including PHR's 33% stake in non-Dunbing IP JSC and 20% projected stake in VSIP3. We increase our WACC to 14.7% compared to previously 11.7% for valuing the rubber, wood, and IP segments as well as stake in PSR's affiliates. Our increased WACC is mainly due to one, a higher beta of 1.2 compared to previously 0.9, in line with 2-year quickly data obtained from Bloomberg. 2, our 1 PPT increase in our house equity markets rate premium to 8%, and 3, our increase in the cost of debt to 11% compared to previously 10%, resulting from the rising interest rate environment. As you can see on the screen, that is the figure 7, figure 8, and 9. You can take a look through this table. Comparable peers, we select